I love to work out. I love to be in the gym. And because of that, I have spent time around athletic people. But there's just something different that happens when you sit side by side with someone who has achieved the highest level within their sport. And that is what you and I are going to do today. Hi, my name is Leslie Pagel. And I am so glad that you are here on Purpose Project with me because today we've got Coach Mike Sutton on the show. Coach Sutton is an ex-NFL and ex-professional football player. He has achieved the highest level within his sport, and he's on the show talking about his purpose and his passions and what drives them every day and how he defines failure. Get ready because it's an amazing show. Thank you so much, Mike, for being here today. I am looking forward to talking with you. And this is the first time I've been on location with someone. So thanks for having me here.
Oh, anytime. Welcome to the dungeon.
Woohoo! I love it. Love it. Can't wait to learn more about it too.
Yeah.
Before we dive into the topic of interest, purpose, I would love to just get to know you a little bit better. Who is Coach Mike Sutton?
Let's see if I can describe myself and be humble about it. I am a God-fearing, hardworking guy who likes to help others.
Okay, yeah.
I think that's real simple without getting too technical.
Okay, I like it. God-fearing, hard worker, just helper out there, and empowering people and lifting them up.
That's right. I'm very motivating to my clients and my athletes, and they seem to respect me very, very much for that aspect.
Yeah. Could you share a little bit about who your clients are and who your athletes are?
Well, the way we look at it in here is everybody's an athlete.
Okay.
So, and this doesn't sound harsh, I have my younger athletes and my older athletes.
Okay.
So I consider an older athlete somebody that was an athlete in the past. So we always train to be an athlete, you know, and we do that with being smart and knowing limitations, but still pushing ourselves to the limit. The one thing I remember that I miss about playing professionally was competing every day. So I always harp on my younger athletes, look, man, you're lucky because you get to compete every day.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have people with me when I go to the gym to compete with me. It's me versus me. And I know that's a meme and that sounds great, but it's the hardest thing ever when it's you versus you.
Yeah.
You know, but when you have somebody else that may be working harder than you and be like, oh, I'm about to come get him and stuff like that, it just gives you an extra push. You know, so when the younger athletes are in, I love when they compete against each other. When the older athletes are in, I love when they compete against each other.
Love that.
And I mean, it gets hot in here. You know, we don't have AC, so it gets warm and it gets intense. And some of my guys yell, and some of the ladies be looking, and I'm like, you can yell too, you know. So you know, it's a great atmosphere in here in the mornings, and it's fun.
Yeah.
And that's important to me, you know, laughing, having fun, cracking jokes. I'm a big kid, so I'm always doing something to make you feel more comfortable or laugh. So.
Yep, love it. All right, so gym here for any athlete. We're all athletes.
Yes.
Young and old.
Correct.
A place where you get to compete, to grow, and
have fun.
Doing
that, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I would love to dig into the topic of purpose.
Okay.
And would love if you could share what you found to be your life's purpose.
Well, I think when I was growing up, I had a high school coach who helped me, and my purpose has been to help others as much as I can. And sometimes, you know, you try to help people, but you know, you got to have a person who wants to help themselves also, which makes it easier. But then sometimes they don't, so you have to get technical. It makes it a little harder. My purpose as a trainer and a strength coach is wellness,
Okay.
you know, trying to make sure everybody is healthy enough to do the things that they want to do in life, whether that is hiking, biking, running, swimming, carrying the groceries to the house in one try,
Right.
being able to reach into a cabinet without straining something, balance. When it's snowy outside, you can have good balance to walk to your car without falling and things like that. So again, and above that, my purpose is just giving someone a place where they can kind of be themselves,
Okay.
have fun. I mean, we're like a locker room here.
Aw.
So, you know, and sometimes when it's just me and another person, we have personal conversations, you know. So it's more of I'm a friend. Some people consider me as a family member. I call everybody brother.
Yeah.
So it's like a big locker room.
Yeah,
You know,
that's cool.
it's my teammates and I'm the head coach. You know,
Yeah.
and I treat everybody like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So you've talked about a couple different aspects of your purpose. One being helpful.
Yes.
And you talked about a coach that helped you back when you were younger.
Yes. Yes.
And instilling that in you, which I'd love to dive into. You also talked about helping with wellness. And what I heard there is that wellness means a lot of different things to people.
Yes.
And in order to help with wellness, you've got to know people on an individual basis and understand what they're looking for.
Correct.
And what wellness means for them. And you've
Yes.
created this awesome environment
Yes.
to do that, this locker room mentality.
See, and that's important to me, that if you were in here, you could push Michelle or Julie because they trust you. They trust that what you are doing is to help them get better.
Right,
And we're friends here. We're friends outside of here.
Yeah.
You know, I get invited to a lot of stuff, but I'm a homebody, so I, you know, but that's important to me. It's important to me that they're close. You know, they're close at yoga. You know, and I hear the stories from yoga, and we have a new yoga instructor, and she's great. They love her.
Yeah.
And you know, just listening to them in the morning when they come in for the training, we had to do that, and they're showing me the poses. I just think that's fun.
Right.
You know, so you're a teammate in your 50s. You have that locker room mentality, as in, I can crack this joke, and it's not gonna hurt anybody's feelings.
Right, right.
You know, I love that atmosphere.
Yeah. So I'm always curious how people discover their purpose. And you mentioned a coach was helpful to you, but when you think about your purpose of being helpful and with wellness, how did you discover that?
Well, I was lucky enough, the coach that helped me, he hired me as a coach.
Okay.
So I learned from him. He kind of took me from an atmosphere that I could have went the wrong way, if that makes sense. You know, I could have been into the wrong things, and he pushed me towards the right things, kept me off the fence, kept me involved, kept me working hard, showed me what I could become and what I could receive from what I became.
Right.
And so when he retired, and I played ball and this, that, and the other, and I remember he got back into coaching, and I was the second person he called.
Really?
Yes. He said, I called last year, who was a friend of mine, and you were the second person I called. I heard you were moving back, so what's going on? And I was like, Coach, I can't coach. You know,
How old were you? Like, when was this in your?
That was 2015.
Okay.
So 14. So probably 11 years ago.
Yeah.
So I was 37.
Okay, so mid-30s.
Yes.
Okay.
And,
you were already into a career, or what were you doing?
I actually had opened my first gym.
Okay.
And it was successful. And my daughter was a freshman in high school, and she basically wanted me to help with her career as a softball player, and she wanted to become a college softball player, and she was starting to ask Dad about what do I have to do I want this, I want
Right.
this. And so they had, she was in Louisiana, I was here, and I was like, if you tell me you're gonna do everything I ask you to do, I'll close the gym down and I'll come home.
Right.
So she did. I did that.
Wow.
I was fortunate enough to have both of my daughters at the same school. I was their coach.
Yeah.
I was their strength coach. I coached basketball, football, and track. So they saw me every day. I think that was one of the best moves I had ever made as a father and as a coach, because coaching with Bill, I mean, it was, and if you know coaching, coaches change mentalities as they get older.
Okay.
So I had a young Bill.
Yeah.
I had a get in your face Bill, not take any mess Bill,
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I was coaching with the older coming out of retirement Bill.
Okay.
So he kind of put it on me to discipline the
Right.
team.
So you were the
Yes.
younger Bill
Yes.
when he brought you in.
Yes. And
okay.
he made it so and the athletes have changed. It's just like kids change.
Right,
You have a
yeah.
different generation of kid that don't know what
Right.
hard work is until you show it to them.
Right,
Or
right.
have them work through things. And so, I mean, it was a great moment in my life coaching with him.
Yeah.
Because I was like, you didn't let me do that. You didn't, I was like, wait a minute, that's not how it went. So, and he helped me understand better. So as a person, it helped me understand people better.
Right. Right.
Get what they can do best.
Yeah.
And use what they can do best to help win.
So when he called you, is this when you were with your girls helping them?
Yes.
Okay.
It was at the same time.
And so did you leave that, or were you able to do it from where you were?
Oh, I left here and went back to the
there.
South.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. To take
Yes.
this job and to help your
Yes.
kids.
Yes.
Okay. Got it.
Yes.
Okay. So you're working with him as a coach. You're seeing that now you're playing this role of young Bill.
Yes, I'm a young. And that's what helped me find my purpose, as in it actually made me become a better coach here because of what I learned from there. Because before I got into coaching, my mentality was there's only one way to get fit,
Okay.
and that's through grind.
Yeah.
He helped me realize that there's many ways to do it.
Yeah.
It's just you have to find a way that benefits the person.
Okay.
Yeah. And that helped me become a better coach here.
Right.
After I stopped coaching in high school and being a strength coach, and I started developing programs that work for my older athletes.
Okay.
And they enjoyed them and they had fun with them.
Right.
And I mean, that's what we do now.
Right.
Because before I was just training them all like a professional football player. Or if you played this is how we're going to do it.
Right.
It's all the same. It's just you got to take pieces out of it.
Exactly.
And so that's what one purpose was, the coaching in Louisiana, that helped me find purpose in being a better coach for my clients.
Right.
Yeah.
And adapting it to them.
Yes.
Because you're learning that everyone's different
Everyone's
too. And
different.
to motivate them, I've got to get to know them. And
Yes. I have to find, you come across a lot of injuries as clients get older that they've had in the past, maybe from working out somewhere else. Or so we have to get that fixed first. I learned that too. So let's fix that first. Let's make that stronger. Then we
Right.
jump to phase 2.
Right.
And sometimes it takes longer than you want it to take, and sometimes you don't see results at first. But when you start to see the results, and when Peggy Sue says, "Oh my God, you look great," you start to, he was right.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to see it in yourself because you see yourself every day. But when somebody who hasn't seen you in a month,
Right.
you're like,
Exactly.
"Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What are you doing?" So, and I always say it's like painting a picture. You know, you start with a nice flat color. Then we add some brighter colors.
Yeah.
Then we add some dull colors again. Then we add, and then next thing you know, you Picasso, you got a picture of a bridge, I guess. I don't know.
Love it.
So
You're building Picassos
that's
over
right.
here.
That's right.
I love it. So it sounds like a large part of your discovery of purpose is saying yes. You know, you said yes to your kids, you said yes to the coach.
Yes.
You're inspired through others, and in doing that, it helped you kind of shape, this is what I'm going to do, and this is how I'm going to do it.
Yes. And that's probably another problem I have. I say yes too much.
Uh-oh. Okay.
I need to learn to say no, you know, and I'm working on that part too. I've been working on that for two New Year's resolutions. I'm going to say no this year, you know, but it
so
still
how
doesn't
does
work.
that, okay, I'd love to dig into this.
Okay.
Because saying yes brought you here, but it sounds like it's getting in the way too. Or how does saying yes impact you?
I don't take enough time off.
Okay.
Because if I am in control of your health, it's up to me to do my part.
Right.
And because I've been on a professional level, my part's gonna be way higher than yours.
Right.
You know, I'm on this mantle.
Yeah.
And if I am in control of it,
Right.
then it's going to get done.
Right.
So I have to be willing to sacrifice some things to get you where you want to be.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And if I'm the captain, I take all the stress. Like,
Right. Right.
if they're coming after us, they're coming after me first. They'll
Right.
never get to you.
Aww.
So I'm trying to learn to balance work because the thing with me is I always want to be better because of what I've done in my past. Like, I played on the highest level I can play.
Share a little bit of your past. Yeah. What is the highest level?
Well, I played I was an All-American coming out of high school. I went to LSU.
Okay.
I played at LSU 3 years. I then left and went and played in the NFL. I was in the NFL 5-6 years. Then I played in Canada after that. I had a stint in Canada. I played in the XFL.
Yeah.
After the XFL, I played arena
the man.
for almost. I played arena for 5 years. So I've had years of professional playing.
Right.
So every year to me, I had to be a better version of Mike Sutton.
Okay.
So that's because I was in control of who Mike Sutton was. I have the same mentality with the dungeon. If you work out at the dungeon and I am in control of your health, I have to be 10 times on a level more than you. Because if I'm not there, you're never going to get 5 times on that level, which is more than 0.
Yeah.
You know, so, and I never say no.
Yeah.
You know, days off on Saturday. Can I come in on Saturday? I was supposed to, you know what? Come on. You know, so it's kind of like I've recently said no to some things and I've taken more days off. But even when I'm taking a day off, I'm listening to a podcast of a strength coach that I follow. You know, like I don't believe in wasted time. You know, I just don't believe, like the only time I waste is sleep.
Right.
And it's important to me to get 7 to 8 hours. So I'm going to bed.
Good.
That's what's going to get me that time. But that's when I rest.
Yeah.
If I'm up, I'm doing something that's going to better this place or me, you know,
Right.
because you never know when it's your time.
Right, right.
So utilize your time when you have it.
Love it.
You know, I say it all the time. Look, I don't believe in wasted time. And if I don't believe in wasted time, don't waste mine.
Right.
You know, if you're going to be here at 7:30, be here at 7:30.
Right.
You get here at 7:40, there's 10 minutes that you wasted of my time. Not
Right.
yours,
Right.
mine. So, and I'm speaking of my younger athletes that seem to think 7:30, oh, well, it's,
That
I
means
just,
something
yeah,
different to me.
no.
Yeah.
Traffic don't count. Getting a sandwich before workout don't count. You still late. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was raised in the league, so if you're late in the NFL, it was $3,000.
Really.
So
Yeah.
to me,
Yeah,
now
there was
time
a
is money.
consequence. There was a consequence
Yeah, like
to it.
time is
Yes.
money. So
Yeah.
do you like money? Because, you know,
Yeah.
and it's just, you know, I didn't grow up with much, so I'm not going to give someone free money for something I can control. And that's an attitude you have to develop when you start to have a mentality of want to be great.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to go back to the saying yes, because what I heard there is when a large part of your purpose is focused on others,
Yes.
sometimes you might give up part of self.
Yes. Yes. If you want them to be as successful as you were or on a level that they can achieve, you're going to say yes because you care. You know, you care about their well-being.
Yeah.
You know, and some of my clients may miss a workout because of work or something came up, but they need that workout for their mental. And I think about that a lot because I know how my workout is for my mental. So I said, yeah, come on inside. I'll be here 7:30. Now, I do it early so I can have the rest of my day.
It's still on your time.
Yes, so I can have the rest of the day to finish my things, you know.
Right.
And I'm a very, very schedule-oriented person because I don't believe in wasted time. So I'm going to, at 9:30, I'm here. At 11 o'clock, I'm here. At 12:30, I'm napping. Don't, you know, so.
Yeah.
And I guess it's because of when I was a rookie, they gave me a folder that had an itinerary. When I was at LSU, on game day, this is your itinerary. You had to follow it. And I still did the same thing. I made my own itinerary and I just follow it. And do I get off of it sometimes? Yes, but very rarely, you know. I like structure.
Yeah.
You know?
So I'm hearing, because one of the things I'm very interested in is understanding how our purpose benefits us, but also the challenges that it brings. And I've heard a little bit of the challenge of I say yes too much, and I'm working on that.
Yes.
You talked, though, about how structure helps you, scheduling helps you. When you say yes, still making it on your terms as ways of coping with that. For those who might be dealing with the same challenge of saying yes too much. What are some of the things that your purpose brings that aren't challenges but are positives to your life?
Well, when anyone has a successful break, I had a kid text me last night, he had his first offer from a college.
Nice.
That
would
means
be
a lot
a
to me.
successful break.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, somebody reaching a goal. Somebody, I had a kid last week did the most she ever did in power cleans.
Yeah.
You know, I got more excited than she did, and I was proving a point.
Right.
You know, you got to put blinders on. Stop looking at the weight and just do the technique. You know, it's just one of those things. And you know, of course, I was excited because I'm responsible for her strength. What else is good for me?
How does that make you feel? You said excited. So these breakthroughs come through.
Some people may say I am a wear my feelings on my sleeve person because when I can't fix the problem, it weighs on me.
Okay.
But that's the part of having a business too. You know, I mean, when you have a client who it just wasn't working for, you know what I'm saying? Like, why did it, like how, I have to figure out why that didn't work for so-and-so.
Right.
You know, so that's one of the negative things of it. But when it does work, and 95% of the time it does, if everybody's doing their part, it's very rewarding for me.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So that is the positives of doing this. I mean, you ain't gonna do this to get rich, that's for sure.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of people say they are and this and that, but come on. If you are, it's not just you. See, this is just me. You walk into me, you leave from me.
Right.
You know, there's no other coach in here but me.
Right.
So now if you go into a place that has 9 different coaches, yeah, of course.
Right.
You know, because that's, you know, your bigger places, they all sharing the load. This load is mine.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
this stress is mine.
Right.
You know.
And so you're not doing it for the money, it sounds like.
No. when you do things you love, you're not going to get paid for the love.
Okay.
That's
I love
just
that.
I mean, let's just call it, you get paid for the love you get from the others.
Yeah.
You know,
right.
the purpose you give them.
Right. Yeah. The feeling that you get.
Exactly. My kids know that the mentality is the Dungeon Force mentality is the mentality. When you walk in that door, I don't care what happened outside of that door. I don't care if Sue didn't text you last night. I don't care if, now I'm trying to raise good men. I'm trying to raise respectful men and women. And I'm trying to gift them the attitude and the mentality that I can fix everything if I just work hard.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's one of the Dungeon Force mentality things. So that part is the love that you get when that kid gets that offer.
Right.
When he signs to a college.
Right.
Or when he gets the starting position.
Right.
When she wins state. I had 4 state championships. Or 4 state champions, sorry.
Wow.
Was it 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. I had 4 state champions in here.
Oh my god.
And I don't brag a lot, and I didn't brag about that, but that's something I could brag about. But I'm not it's just that's what we do.
Right. Yeah.
That is expected of me, so I'm not gonna brag on something that's expected of me.
Right.
Now, so that's the love.
Right.
And that I enjoy that, and one day I had 3 girls that were state champions that were in here together, and I made a video. It was the hardest working group
really
in the summer, like they were getting after it.
Right.
And I love that.
Yeah.
I love the intensity.
Where can we go find that video? Because people are going to want to see that video.
On my Instagram.
Okay.
Dungeon Force _SC.
Okay, I'll put that in the show notes as well, so people can get to your Instagram.
So, and I have girls, so I'm harder on my girls than I am my.
Okay.
Well, let me not say that.
Okay.
I am harder on my females because they have more to accomplish, or they have more to go through than the guys.
Okay, why is that?
With female sports, sometimes you can't get a full scholarship. Sometimes you have to share this, share that. Just recently, are female sports getting the respect they deserve? And I was just talking with the 3 girls that were in here. I was like, look, there is no gray area. It's either killed or be killed.
Right.
You have to come in here with the attitude, look, I'm fighting behind the 8 ball, and it's whoever's coming for me, I'm coming for them. And with that attitude, you'll be successful in not just your sport, but life. Like, you have a bad day. Jimmy breaks up with you. Okay,
right.
Let's go.
Right.
And that's what I'm trying to, that's what I taught my daughters to be. So what? Oh, well.
Right.
I should get a shirt made that say, oh, well, because that's my favorite, let's go,
Right.
So,
yeah.
And I mean, because I have daughters, the girls are special to me.
Okay, yes, yeah.
So it's just, and I'm hard on the guys, but I have a little soft spot, but I'm still hard on the girls.
Okay.
They know my look.
They don't get a pass.
No, I give them that. What is that? That's not how I say it, but I can't say that on camera. And because I expect more. Like, if I expect more from you, you have to give me more than that. So you need to work on that. And I've had these girls since the 7th, 8th grade, and they respect me and they trust me. And I wish I could do before. I don't do before and after, but the state champion thing, man, that was just like, I loved it.
Oh, that's
and I didn't brag on it, but I should have. But it was just a special moment for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's what you get in watching them succeed, because it's your success.
You built them.
Their success is your success.
Yeah, they won't admit that.
Okay.
But it's true. When they have a person say, man, what are you doing? You're so different. You're so quicker. You're so stronger.
Yeah.
They're not going to say, oh, it's Coach Sutton.
Right.
They're just going to say, I've been working out more. You know,
Yep.
I don't get the credit in front of the microphone,
Yeah.
but I'm
Yeah.
on the bottom somewhere.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and you know, coming back to where you started, the credit could be 20 years from now. You
True.
know, in their
That
life.
is true.
You know, you never know.
And now that I think about it, something that excites me, on my birthday, I get texts from kids that I've coached that are now lawyers, doctors, nurses,
Really?
CEOs.
You're still on their
Happy
mind.
birthday, Coach.
Yeah, you're in
Do you
their
remember?
calendar.
Yeah, I love it. Do you remember when you fussed at, you know, and we laugh, you know, I'll say, what's up, young man? Thank you for that. Happy Father's Day.
Right.
Happy birthday.
Right.
Merry Christmas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to say his name. He texts me any event.
Right.
This kid texts me.
Aww.
You know, and it just makes me feel good because I know I had an impact on his life.
Right. Right.
You know, and I remember a kid, he went into the military, and he's now successful in the military. And he said that when he remembered telling people he was going into the Navy or Army, I forget where it is, and they kind of like, why do you want to do that? He was like, but when I told you, you announced it to the whole class.
Aww.
Like, I want y'all to, you know, and because I'm like, if that's what you wanted to do,
right.
It was my job to make sure you went in with a full head of steam with the most support you can get, you know, because that ain't an easy feat, you know.
Right.
Being in the military ain't easy.
Right.
I don't care what nobody say, you know, and now he's like high up in the military, and him and another girl that I trained just got married, had a kid. So, I mean, and I love that.
Right, yeah.
You know, because I know I had a little purpose in his life.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
That shaped his life.
Yeah, I'm not going to say, I mean, I think that was what he always wanted to do. But him telling me, you know, everybody was like, why would you want to do? And I mean, he was a 4.0 student. He could have went to a college. He was on a degree, you know, scholarship, this, that, and the other.
Right.
And he chose to do it. That's what he wanted to do.
And you supported that.
And I was, it hyped me up.
Right.
You know, like, I'm like, what? And, you know, and another thing, what excites me is when my kids do go to college, they're like, Coach, your workouts got me ready for this. This is like,
you're preparing us.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that makes me feel good.
Right.
Because that's my job.
Right.
My job is to put you somewhere and you're ready to go.
Right.
Not put you somewhere and you have to get ready to go.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yes. So I imagine there are people watching us here and thinking about someone like you who's pursuing their purpose and perhaps sitting there saying, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get started. I want to do something similar. But any advice that you have?
Well, I mean, when you want to do something, quit thinking about it, just get out there and do it.
Okay.
Take the first step, then lead it to the second step,
Right.
and to the third step, to the fourth step. Now you're there, you know, and then decide if it's what you really want to do, then put forth the effort. You know, I have a friend who's trying to start a new business, and she gets a wrinkle every now and then, but you know, she gets up and she goes right back at it. And that's how it works.
Right.
You know, you're going to fail more than you succeed, but once you succeed, you've succeeded.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
that's my advice.
You're going to fail more than succeed. How do you get yourself out of a failure? How do you motivate yourself to keep going?
If I fail at something, it's not a failure unless I don't try it again.
Okay.
Because if I fail at something and I try it the next day and I move an inch further, or I get a better time, or I lift it that time, then I'm moving on. I may fail the next time. I'm moving on.
Okay.
You know, you have to keep trying to succeed. It's not failure until you stop.
Okay.
So if you want to try 100 times, 101, you may win, you know, so keep going.
Keep going.
You know, as long as it's not affecting your life in a negative way, why not?
Right. Try again.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Keep rolling.
Yes, I love that. Okay, so it's how you define failure, really.
Yes. And everybody has a different definition of failure. You know?
And yours is when you stop.
Whenever you don't do it again, you failed. If you if you set a goal and you go and you don't get that the first time, you don't get it the second time, finally you get it, you've succeeded.
Right, yeah.
But if you, man, I'm gonna bring this down, that's a failure.
Okay, yep.
To me. But everybody has a different definition of it.
Yeah,
you know?
I like
I
that
mean,
one.
nobody tries, I mean, you try one time and you failed and,
Right.
I mean, why even try at all?
Yeah.
You know, and I believe that goals are meant, you should set goals that you're not gonna get the first time.
Right.
That's not really a goal if you get it the first try.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes some people get lucky. You know, you want to be a millionaire, you're not going to get that the first year.
Right.
I don't care how, you know, you got to keep going to get the million, you know, so.
Yeah. Keep going. When you stop, it's failure, or when you bring your goal down.
Don't bring your goal. Your goal should be high enough that you cannot get it the first time. Because what are you building? Adversity, you're learning how to handle adversity, which is what? Going to help you in the long run of life. So that can't be a failure. I'm learning to deal with adversity.
Exactly.
Every time I fail and I don't go back, I've let adversity win, you know?
Yes. All right. Love it. We have talked about your purpose, how you discovered it, how you live it out, the benefits, the challenges, your advice. Is there anything left unsaid in this topic?
The one thing I would say to people, my athletes, my younger and older athletes, or just people in general, is live your life and have a great balance. That's the hardest thing for somebody that's have high goals.
Okay.
Finding a balance between living your life and chasing that goal.
Okay.
You know, if you can find that balance, you're winning 90% of the world.
Yeah.
You know, and it's hard, but if you get a passing grade in finding that balance and living your life, you're happy.
Yeah.
You know?
So is a part of that saying, don't let your goal consume your life? Is that?
In a sense, you have to find a balance. The goal is the goal, but I have to find a balance to getting there. And you have to realize you have more time than you think.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be done in 30 days. It could take you 45, as long as it gets done. But then when it gets done, you're on to another goal. That's going to be, you know what I'm saying? That's life, you know? So that's how it is.
Yes, and balance your goals with your life.
Yes, but don't make them easy. Because some people are like, well, yeah, I'm going to do that.
Cheating. That feels like cheating to me if it's an easy goal.
It's easy.
Yeah.
Oh, 3 days, I finished it. Yes. What's the next one? It's a little easier. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if you look at memes about climbing a mountain and then there's a little divot, you got to fall down and climb up this a little higher. That's how life is, dude.
Exactly.
If it's easy, everybody will have a rewarding life. But, you know.
Well, it feels like if it's easy, it also takes the joy away when you accomplish it. You know?
Yes.
It's not as
Nobody
joyful.
remembers the easy stuff.
Yeah.
Only the hard thing.
Right.
You know, you try to lose 30 pounds and you remember eating a rabbit salad for a whole month. You remember that. You know, while you sitting eating your salad and somebody's enjoying a nice steak and some potato and you like, I remember that. I remember that struggle. Everybody remembers the struggle. Nobody remember how easy it was.
Right. Well, thank you so much for being on Purpose Project and sharing your story and inspiring others. How can people reach you? We talked about Instagram.
Yes, Instagram, I am DungeonForce_SC. My email is bdungeonforce@gmail.com.
Okay. Are they okay to email you?
Yeah, holla at me.
Okay. I'll put it on the show notes for those that are interested.
Yeah, and I'll probably share this with a lot of people. Say I want to see it, so we'll throw it out there.
Absolutely. Awesome. Thank you so much
problem.
for talking with me today.
Anytime.
Thank you, Coach Sutton, and thanks to all of you for tuning in. Wasn't that incredible? Couldn't you feel the energy that he exudes? It's an energy of excellence. I found myself reflecting on this conversation with Coach Sutton, and I found myself thinking specifically about failure. And I have set some big goals here for Purpose Project. They're big and they're scary. And I've found myself in moments thinking, oh, what if I just pull that down a little bit, pull that goal back a little bit? And then I have Coach Sutton in the back of my head saying, nope, once you pull that goal down, you failed. And let me tell you, I don't want to fail, and I know you don't either. So let's keep our goals. Let's go for it. We can make our dreams come true. Thank you all for tuning in. Purpose Project is brought to you for education and for entertainment purposes. This podcast is not intended to replace the advice that you would receive from a licensed therapist or doctor or any other qualified professional.